Cold enough be out there today?
Yeah, it's pretty chilly. It's gonna be a cold sunny night too, so good to have a day to practice in it for sure.
What did you take away from last Commanders matchup and things you took away personally?
Well, I mean, I think we did, some things well offensively. I think there's a lot we need to improve on going into this one. I think, we need to be better on third down. I think that's something that we've seen, watching the first matchup. We got to be able to sustain drives and stay on the field. They're good defense, good pass rush, and they're good. They're good defense. So, I think for the most part, you have that game to study. So you expect a lot of similarities. We'll see what kind of game plan they have going in though.
Daniel, do you view this as one of the biggest games of your career?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really big game, for all of us, and it's a big divisional game on the road in December. So, yeah, it's a big game for us.
How much do you think that how you perform in games like this and down the stretch is possibly going to determine your future? How much, whatever the next contract looks like, where you land, if you're here, all those things.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't spent a whole lot of time thinking about it. I don't think I will. I think my focus is on preparing to play as well as I can, and that's been my mindset the whole season. I don't think that changes at this point either.
Daniel, you have played well there in that building. Anything about it, memories, any sight lines, something that you can put your finger on, why you've done well there?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if there's one thing. I do. I like the stadium. They got good field, and yeah, I like the stadium. So yeah, it'll be fun. Sunday night football. Like I said, divisional game in December. So it'll be a fun atmosphere.
What do you like about the stadium? The architecture, the locker rooms, the sponginess of the field. What do you like about it? 5 touchdown passes. What do you like about it?
I don't know. I don't know if I can put my finger on it, but yeah, it'll be a fun atmosphere.
I mean, does it help? I mean, it's not going to help you with the game, but you're going into a place you've had success. You can visualize that certainly.
Yeah, I think so. But every game's different. Every matchup's different. This one will be different than the one a couple weeks ago too. So yeah, we'll come out and be ready to go.
When you started digging into the Commanders again, was it like, I just put this book down, I got to pick it up again? Did it seem really quick?
Yeah, it does. It's all still pretty fresh in your memory. Watching their games, watching the tape, and studying it. So, you still got to go back through it. You still got to, refresh and make sure you're not missing any small detail. But yeah, I think everyone's, you don't forget a lot in this short period of time. So that's helpful with prep.
Daniel, when you watch the tape is, but also that actual in-person experience has to add to a little reinforcement of preparation for that team, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think there's a lot we can learn from a couple weeks ago. Haven't played them so recently, and obviously they haven't played since then. So, you expect a lot of similarities with what they're doing, but I'm sure they'll have a couple wrinkles, have a couple things in their game plan.
Daniel, when you're preparing for a game of this magnitude, does it help to remind yourself of the magnitude of this game, like to amp it up, or do you kind of want to keep it, not try to make the game bigger than what it is?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to have any issue getting amped up or getting excited for this game. I think everyone's, everything. I think everyone realizes the opportunity and how big of a game this is. Sunday night football. I mean, I think everyone's knows you're gonna have an issue getting amped up for it, but you can't skip any steps this week. It's one day at a time in the preparation and making sure we're where we need to be by Sunday night.
What do you make of being 0-9 in primetime games? I don't know. Do you even know that? I think I've asked you some version of that question in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't make a ton of it. I think each game's different, and we haven't won enough games period around here. So I'm excited for the opportunity.
Do you think that guys either can put too much pressure on it, or can step up on these bigger games, or do you view it as just like that's just like a random stat that just kind of worked out that way?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's. I don't know. I think each game's different, and you know, we've all got to step up. We all got to play well in order for us to win on Sunday night.
In the two games where you've had positive results in this 6-game stretch, the one common thing is you've rushed for 100 yards. I mean, is that something where that just helps make the offense go?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, I think it's you know, we gotta find ways to do that. Helps us stay on the field, helps us control the game a little bit. So yeah, I think we've got to run the ball effectively and find a way to do that.
I mean, you rushed for what, 70 against them last time? Is that something you got to be conscious of, using your legs more?
Yeah, I think, you know, I'll continue to look for opportunities to do that and you know, won't force it in any situations, but when the opportunity presents itself, certainly try to take advantage of it.
You know, there's just to follow up on a question Jordan asked earlier about the contract. There was a report on a Newsday that said the team hadn't made a decision as to what they want to do with you. Just curious if you feel like the body of work you've done this season so far warrants, you know, for you to be back.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think you know, my mindset's been the same the whole way. I don't think it changes now just because we're later in the season. I'm going to focus on playing as well as I can, and when the season's over, you know, I'll look back and have probably a more complete thought about that. But yeah, just trying to play as well as I can.
When you look at it, just play your 50th game. When you look at where you are career-wise, I mean, how do you feel like you've done through that stretch?
I mean, I think I've improved. I think I've improved every year. I've improved, you know, week to week, and learned a lot. I think still a lot for me to learn and continue to work on. So that's what I'm focused on.
How much is this sort of the next step, though, in that regard, right? Like winning a big game here, making the playoffs, kind of making that next jump.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's you know, it's big for all of us. It's not, you know, it's not about me. It's not about any one guy. It's not about you know, it's about the team. It's about an opportunity we all have to play in the playoffs. And the only way we're going to do that is taking care of business one week at a time. So that's where we're focused. That's where I'm focused, and we're excited for the opportunity.